In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. What are we doing?
Podcast.
We're starting our new podcast about capital investments.
We're drinking tequila.
877 cash now.
Dude, we're going to talk about restructuring your annuity.
If you invest $0, your return will be at least 0 or lower.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you
Actually,
However, your
if you
risk
invest
is
zero,
very low.
Yeah,
at the end of 12 months, you will owe us money.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. Yeah. Fuck boys.
Fuck boys.
Anybody else?
Fuck boys.
He's just like, nope, not doing it. That's right. It's time for the Freedom Friends Podcast. Coming at you, not even fucking close to live.
No.
From where, Scott?
San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the.
Warfighter Tobacco Studios.
That was totally out of order.
Yeah.
I know.
It works.
If I can ever help it, it will never be in order.
It
Yeah.
works. That's kind of half the reason I asked him.
We know where Scott's level of fucks are tonight, though. It's like,
Yeah, it's the bottom of this glass.
Right about here.
I'll get to it. It's right here. I'll find it.
It's in the bottom
It's
of
in the
that
bottom.
glass right there.
Of that glass of tequila. A glass of felony juice, if you will. But this is the Freedom Friends Podcast, brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. You go yourself that fucking sweet 15% off discount over there. And of course, our buddies over at owellness.us for all your CBD needs. Use that code Freedom Friends 25. Get yourself a quarter off your order there. Boys, what the fuck is happening? How are you?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been a busy ass day, but a good day.
Yeah?
Smelling
Better than
what
being
the-
bored.
True. We're smelling what the rock's distilling.
Yeah,
now.
right.
Yeah.
I still totally think that video he did where he took like the whole bottle to the fucking face, that had to have been like fucking watered down apple juice or
I
something.
would think so.
Yeah, there's no way he
Like
took the
he's a
whole thing.
huge human being, but
He's not one bottle in a sitting fucking
yeah, but
hit
he was just
huge.
like
Even
a
if,
third,
like,
and then a third, and it was gone. And it was
Yeah.
like,
I don't know. He could probably drink that much.
and then they turned the camera off for the TikTok, and he
puked
immediately
everywhere.
vomited all over the ground. Yeah.
Like, I like tequila, but
It's the vomit isn't so much like, oh my God, I just drank a shitload of booze. And, you know,
It's just the amount.
It's not so much the amount.
It's 1.5 liters in your fucking gut.
It's the level of alcohol your body's going to absorb in a very short period of time. Me, as a solid drinker, am very afraid to just put a whole bottle in my face and then see what happens 20 minutes later.
For real, dude.
Because I know what a couple shots
Yeah, but that
does.
was a bottle in like 60 seconds.
But I know what a couple shots does.
Yeah.
Imagine what a whole bottle. Like imagine, you know how you like you do like a triple shot and you fucking slam it. And you're like, woo! 20 minutes later, you're like, yeah, I'm fucking 10 foot tall and bulletproof. This is fun.
Yeah.
35 minutes
Imagine
later,
a fucking bottle.
It's called comatose.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's called alcohol
It's about
poisoning.
30 minutes of doing the weirdest, worst shit of your life, and then puking, shitting yourself for the next I don't know how long.
yeah. It takes me a solid, like a good long night to drink a bottle of Jameson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a session. Like
It
that's
is.
a,
It's-
I'm gonna
I
be
mean,
here
it's like
for
8
a
hours.
minute.
6 to 8
Yeah.
hours.
It's a solid shift.
Yeah.
It's a solid shift. You're taking shifts.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But I still think that whole he took the bottle to the face in a 60-second TikTok was a myth.
Yeah, I call horse shit on that.
Yeah, a lot like
I don't know. You seen some of the meals that dude eats on
Nah,
cheat
dude,
days?
it's totally a myth. It's like vampires in Africa.
Okay.
They don't exist either.
Oh, well, fuck.
Well, they're allergic. They're allergic to holy water, and they bless the rains down in Africa.
Yes.
They don't have pharmacies in Africa either.
No?
Well, that's why AIDS is so prevalent down there.
No, it's because you can't take meds on an empty stomach.
Producer Justin, ladies and gentlemen. Producer Justin. Coming in with some racism. Love it.
That was 2 solid ones for John. John is over here.
That's it. I'm going home. You guys have a good night.
I'm trying to see. We
shit.
haven't heard. Scott hasn't quit the show in a while, so I'm trying to see how far I can push the envelope here before.
Yeah, he used to quit every week. What happened?
Not quite every week, but
It was like every other week.
yeah.
Well, it was either he quit or he threatened to shoot somebody. Like it was,
Usually myself.
yeah.
Yeah, I've never threatened to shoot any of you.
No.
It's always been
Yeah,
myself.
you were trying to join the 22.
Just like that 22 is starting to look rational.
Well,
Yeah, I'm one fucking dad joke away.
23 has always been my favorite number. So
Yeah, you and Jordan.
yeah.
Yeah. And
don't
LeBron. Nobody gives a shit, but yeah. Yeah. So Kobe Bryant, like TikToks and
No, he
like
doesn't.
reels and shit have been
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't TikTok.
ones about
I don't know if you're aware of this.
ones
or not.
about him have been popping up a lot
Him and
lately.
helicopters don't get along.
I'm aware. But like ones about him have been popping up lately. And I just I still I go back to the fact that everybody worships that dude. It's like he was a rapist. And nobody wants to talk about it. It's
He
like,
was
dude,
a therapist.
yeah. I'll take the rapist for 200.
Swords for 1,000.
That's S words, you idiots.
I'm
Yeah,
not
fucking-
educated enough on his life to
Well,
even
like-
make a comment.
Well,
on
when he
this.
was number 8, he was a rapist. And then he got in trouble and went to jail and shit. And then he came back as 24. And now everybody was just like, look at this guy. He's awesome.
What kind of rapist was he? I don't know shit about these allegations.
He didn't. So he had an allegation when he was engaged. Had an allegation against him that he had raped this girl at a hotel, and then it all got settled outside for, I'm assuming,
A ridiculous amount
an
of millions.
obscene amount of
Yeah.
money. Because then all of a sudden, the engagement ring that got given was some like $22 million pink diamond that was like 17 carats or some shit.
I wish some
Yep.
rich bitch would rape me.
Yeah, right.
Fucking
So
for real.
I mean,
and then
scarred for life, but I'd get over it.
yeah, and then he became number 24 or whatever it was.
Everybody fucking loved him.
He's a hell of a player, but
Well, yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. I'm not denying his talent for the game. He was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
But
I mean, he had a really good game in the paint, but
I think he was.
He was no Jordan when it
family
came to
man
flight.
toward the end there too, right?
no Jordan when he came to flight. First of all, how much of a fucking pretentious cunt do you have to be to be like, I need a ride. I'm going to call a helicopter to Uber me across
apparently
town.
he did that.
No, it was
all
his
the
helicopter.
time. It was his helicopter.
Yeah, he
it was
didn't
his.
call it. I
It was
mean-
his staff pilot.
Yeah.
And
No,
he
there was
didn't-
somebody else. There was another family in
Yeah,
in there with
they
him.
were. It was a family.
It
So he was
wasn't a
going to
small
his
helicopter.
It was going to his basketball camp, and it was him and his daughter,
Yeah.
and then one of the other teammates and their parents. And instead of sitting in traffic, they took the helo to basketball camp, and they made it all the way to the scene of the crash.
Yeah. That is what a flex though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm calling Uber. I got it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the pilot.
And I guess
Yeah,
the
that's a pretty
only
good
reason
flex.
Also a flex,
the only
yeah.
reason the wife made it was she had an errand to run before basketball camp, and it was like, damn, that Starbucks saved your life.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
that's-
Fuck.
But that was an expensive macchiato.
Yeah. It's got that caramel drizzle. They tack on a lot for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he drizzled his caramel all over that fucking mountainside. So.
Yeah. Anyways, now
This
that
is
we've lost.
old news.
Yeah.
Old news. Nowhere close to live.
Super, not even fucking close.
I mean, thank you guys for joining us on this.
It's Tuesday for them, Monday for us.
It's a Tuesday, the 12th of August in 2020.
Yeah, why we discuss shit that happened in 2018. It's not 2020, it's 2021.
I know we're talking about last year's news.
It's not August
Oh.
either.
Also, I'm aware.
No, it's not Jazz, not you.
So, I
fuck.
said 2018. We said
Jazz,
right up August.
I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to bring this up. Like
Now I'm
you,
confused as fuck.
you are. I'm proud of you, and I wanted to tell you in a public forum that I'm proud of you.
I did nothing.
Well, you got hammered last Monday,
Yeah, I did.
and you pulled your ass over
Yep.
and called.
I made it.
Called the
I
life.
made it. I made it half a mile and was like, "Nope, there's no fucking way I should be driving this car."
And I'm proud of you for that.
Tried to call my wife. My wife, in all fairness, it was late and she was already asleep.
Yeah.
But I knew he was literally right behind me, so
Yeah.
I called him.
Well, because
and,
I saw in the morning when she drove your car in.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, you got his
Well,
car."
I
She's
also-
like, "Well, I had to go pick it up this morning too." And I was like,
Yeah.
"What?"
So, well, it was those fucking at the end of the live and those essentially 4 shots that I did right before I drove home.
Correct.
I Are we not going to talk about this?
Let's talk about it. Jazz,
You had 4 sips.
you're coming off COVID. How much you weigh right now?
That's actually true. I'm at like 142 right now. Like I'm
Okay.
down.
How about you, pal?
I'm a solid 110 more than you.
It doesn't really matter. I don't know if I'm gonna. You know what? Sure, you win the alcoholic title. I don't win. You win. I don't need to defend that.
That's
Like,
just my point. Like four shots. It's
you
going to
s-
affect different people differently, man.
You stand uncontested. I don't know. But yeah, I was not in a good way. I made it about half a mile down. The funny thing is that actually, like, I called him. He got me home, and I think it was literally 15 or 20 minutes after I got home. I was fine and like went to sleep and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Next morning, had a bit of a headache, but I think that might have been how much got mixed.
Yeah.
Like, because it was
that makes
weird
sense.
shit.
Because
Like,
it was literally
sugary.
It's sugary shit.
yeah,
like a
it was
sugary
like
vodka,
cinnamon whiskey, Goldschlager. Like it was
Like,
it was a weird
scotch.
mix of shit. Yeah. And I don't know. I had 3 or 4 cocktails leading up to that. So, but yeah, I was not in a good way. I
it's
literally
good,
made
though.
it. It's. I mean, how far is it to that gas station?
Maybe a mile.
Maybe a mile to the gas station at the light.
2 miles.
Yeah,
You think it's 2?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
maybe. But I made it about that far. And actually, I didn't even make it all the way there before I was on the phone with him. But I
Yeah.
wasn't just going to pull over and like leave my car on the side of 3009.
Sure.
So I was like, yeah, dude, I'm doing like 30 miles an hour and I'm going to pull into this parking lot. And we got there. He met me, went inside, talked to I guess they had just changed shifts. So the dude that was in there was going to be there like through the morning.
Yeah.
So we told him like, hey, he went in and was like, dude, my brother's he's too drunk to drive. Can we leave the car here? And the guy was like, yeah, absolutely. No problem.
That's cool.
And so they kept an eye on it. But I needed the plan the next day was I was taking my wife's Bronco anyways, because I was going up to see my mom and take her some stuff.
Yeah,
and I needed
you
the
had a
Bronco.
bunch of shelves for your mom.
Tabletops, but
Yeah.
yeah, either way. And so yeah, I ended up going, and that's why she had the car. She was gonna have the car anyways.
Yeah, she told me, but then she's like, but also, and let me in on that. I was like,
And then she felt all bad
I was
because
like-
she was like,
I
I
was
didn't
like-
answer the phone.
I
And
was like, good for Jazz.
I
though.
was like, dude, somebody was getting me home. So
Yeah.
but yeah, to all of you out there, man, there is
No shame in the game, man.
no like if you had a good time, have a good time. Just fucking get home safe so you can have a good time later.
Like we preach responsibility. We also heed that own advice,
Yeah.
you know, like
just because we like to drink doesn't mean you have to be stupid about it.
Scott's over here being abnormally quiet. No, I've done it
Scott and I
plenty of
went out
times.
a couple weeks ago, and Michelle got hammered,
Yeah.
and Scott stopped drinking so he could drive.
Yeah.
So there is responsibility.
There is
that's
responsibility.
there.
There.
Absolutely.
She got shit faced.
Tidbit information about that gas station. Almost 2 years ago now, one of the gas station attendants got murdered.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Some guy came in to rob her, and don't really know much of the details, and then pulled out a gun and shot her.
Wow.
Took whatever and left.
He had a mask on like the rest of society, so
Yeah.
they never got caught.
Yep.
You know, a lot of that stuff, like that whole
That was right around the time all the riots and shit.
yeah.
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 You know what? I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, that was back. That was 2 years ago. That was back when those riots were going on, and they came up and smashed all those windows out on my property and broke into all those cars and all that shit too.
Yeah.
There was that huge crime wave that hit
Yeah.
for like 2 weeks. It was just like the fucking Wild
And
West.
then they moved on to the next city.
Yeah,
Yep.
the buses showed up, trucked them all somewhere else.
Yeah.
If you believe that conspiracy theory.
Way to go, Soros.
Oh my God! Speaking of something that's actually a little bit more our wheelhouse as far as conspiracy theory is concerned, and every once in a while we discuss conspiracy theories on this
Love
show.
'em. Love them.
I have my new favorite one.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah. That the reason there are so many like modern warfare based first person shooters that are out there, like Call of Duty and all that stuff, is that all of the data on player base and the way everybody's moving and all that kind of stuff is all being used to pump into a military based AI to create
Get the
to create
fuck out of
combat AI to be able to use. And I was like, you're using the
Leroy.
I was like, so let me get this right.
Thumbs up. Let's do this.
Combat AI is going to be rappelling out of a helicopter, shooting a Barrett at 1,000 yards,
Yeah.
and hitting
Yep.
motherfuckers,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
360 spin, no scope
Yeah.
shot from my helicopter that's crashing and shit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cut
you know
away and
what's-
then open my chute at 50
Do you know what's
That'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Do you know what's actually terrifying about it is that we're making fun of these people. They're all playing these video games and stuff like that. Not the like the younger crowd that plays it, and those are the motherfuckers that are gonna get recruited.
Yeah.
Like, and gonna have to go do it for real. And
Very quickly they will realize
and
that
then realize that shit doesn't work. And by the way, most of the gear you're gonna get not near as cool as that shit that you bought out of the
Yep.
Xbox store.
You know what I'm gonna
Like,
do? Because my kids play these video games.
There's no skins in real life, pal.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna bring home my 17-pound sniper rifle. I'm gonna put my body armor on my boys, and I'm gonna make them run up and down the block twice.
There you go.
I'm like, that's just like a video game, right, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
like
make
a
them
video
go.
game.
Make them just go up the stairs and clear the room and come back down the stairs fully loaded, and then just be like, "Oh god!" And it's like, "Yay!" So, not that the games aren't
not
fun,
so easy, is it?
but that's my current favorite conspiracy theory: is that all that data is being gathered for the government to build an AI with.
It's pretty good.
It makes sense.
I mean,
It's believable.
it is believable
You
these
know?
days. It's believable.
The problem is that you kind of look at the government and go, "Well,
I learned something
uh-oh."
that
Were you saying
happened. It happened last month, and I'm still kind of baffled by it. So the chick who's like the COVID czar for fucking the Biden administration.
Jen Psaki.
Fauci.
No, it's that blonde chick.
Fauci.
She's like the czar of it. Like it's not like
It's-
you're talking about a douchebag, and you're talking
you-
about the press secretary.
You can't tell me
Yeah.
Fauci's a dude.
You
Well,
can't tell me that Fauci's human.
He might be, but he definitely doesn't have balls.
Oh, that's what I was
There's
getting
definitely
at.
no
There
balls.
you go.
Fauci's kind of starting to make me believe the whole lizard people theory.
I think it's just Bernie Sanders with a haircut.
Right? He just puts a wig on.
He sounds like him.
parka.
Fuck.
You know what? I really didn't like Bernie till he showed up to the inauguration in a parka and mittens. And I was like, you know what? I didn't like you till you showed up adorable. You know?
That made me laugh.
I love you,
about it.
Grandpa.
Now you're just a cute old man.
And I'm like, oh, damn it.
That made me laugh about it. What made me actually be like, okay, he's not a complete and total douchebag, is when he made a sweatshirt with that
and wore it, yeah.
and he sold it, and all the proceeds went to I can't remember what fucking
It's some
foundation,
charity or
nonprofit,
whatever.
a charity.
Yeah.
But he was just like, "Oh yeah, you think that's funny? Cool, let's do
Yeah.
something good with it." I was like, "Okay, I
Yeah.
can't be mad at the guy."
I
for
appreciate that.
Like,
yeah. That's cool. So,
I would
anyways,
rather see him capitalize on that than like just random.
What I think is
companies,
hilarious
yeah.
is that he literally took a joke about him and the socialist capitalized on it. Right? I know. And it was like,
However, he did give it away, so he's still kind of socialist.
well, it's because when you're worth, what is he, 122 million?
Yeah.
You need to donate some things so
Yeah.
that you get some tax breaks.
that's very true.
I'll tell you
For
what,
sure.
somebody made a meme about me sitting in a parka and gloves like that. I'd keep that fucking money.
Fuck yeah. You goddamn right. You goddamn right.
What if I just made a T-shirt of you in parka and gloves?
Let's do it.
I'll just
I don't
walk-
think anybody's gonna buy it.
I'll wear
That's
one.
the
I'll just
thing.
walk around. I'm not even going to actually get a picture of you. I'm just going to take the picture of Bernie and just put your head on it. Because the way he was dressed, you couldn't tell anyways. Like, it'd be like,
You guys
Great.
done?
no.
Oh, sorry.
Anyways, so you learned something last month
I
about
learned something about
the
last
COVID
month.
czar.
So apparently she 86th a vote that happened at the FDA. So the Biden came out and was like, everybody's getting booster shots, third shot, da 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 da. It's gonna be ready this week, blah blah blah, right? And then people started getting boosters. Apparently, the FDA, the top doctors of the FDA, there's 18 of them that like run like their board or whatever. 16 of them voted against a third shot and said it's unnecessary and dangerous. And nobody reported it. And then the fucking this COVID czar that's on the Biden administration vetoed it basically and was like, nope, we're doing it. And like a bunch of them like resigned and shit. They're like, we're not part of this then. And like these are the actual experts, the actual top
But
doctors.
they ended up not doing it.
Well, we're seeing
Somehow.
so
it's still in the
it's still in the
talks,
works,
though.
and
People are still
Biden
trying to do
actually
it.
there was a statement that actually got tweeted today about Biden made a statement that mandated vaccination has precedential law that can be cited about forcing the community to be able to do it, which means that more than likely the presidential mandate will come down that everybody's going to have to be vaccinated. And the loophole in is that you have to either be vaccinated or you have to get tested weekly in a workplace with more than 100 people.
Yeah.
I don't know why 100 is the marker, but sure. I guess nice round numbers just makes things easy.
Well,
Yeah.
it's science.
Easier for the math.
Sure.
It's science.
So they did all this, and so, well, like, did you see yesterday, Sunday, October the 10th, Southwest Airlines declared that they are going to make it mandatory for every single one of their employees to get vaccinated. So you were either vaccinated or you no longer work there.
Yeah.
And
I also saw that they canceled
it grounded
1,082 flights today.
because the pilots literally, because they're unionized.
Yeah.
The pilots went, cool, then I'm not flying. And it grounded an entire fucking company.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Southwest started backpedaling real fucking quick.
I love that Southwest is like, oh, it's because of weather.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Sure
you
it
look at
was.
the fucking, you're like,
and then the
there's
FAA
no
came
weather.
out and they were like, nope,
There's no weather.
weather's fine.
Every other airline is very okay right now.
I hate to tell you this, but the entire country isn't suffering from the same weather pattern.
Like-
and none of your planes are flying. So
Yeah, there was 86. There was like 86 flights canceled on Saturday, and then 1,086
yeah, it was nuts
today. And it was like, or yesterday.
It was
Yeah.
nuts. And I think what we're ended up seeing a lot of is that really loud 5% that's been like the whole, like, it's important and you've got to do it and da 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 da.
Yeah.
That really loud 5% takes very little action because
All they do is talk.
literally just Southwest is a prime representation of if you try and force large populations of people to do things, especially in this country, it's a whole lot of nah. I don't
Like I said,
think so.
If,
Those,
if they would have made it like the flu shot and just be like, hey, we have this thing.
if you want it, come
If you
get
want
it.
it, come get it.
It would have never been a problem.
No.
Yeah.
But you can see the impact, like that. When all of a sudden 1,000 flights get canceled,
Yeah.
like that is the definition of actions speak louder than words. And it was like, hey, that really loud 5% suddenly not near as effective as people just doing something and not saying a fucking word.
Yeah.
Because it's not like all those pilots took to Twitter and were like, no jab, no flight. Like it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
nobody
They were just-
did
they were-
that.
they were
Like they were just like,
nope, I'm done.
nah, I think I'm gonna head down to the pilot's lounge and have me a drink. Like, it's,
Yeah. And once I have a sip, no fucking flying for 12
yeah,
hours.
so I mean, it's gonna be interesting how this is gonna
Well,
work.
and what I fucking hate is like the news has stopped talking about New York State because they laid off all their healthcare workers that weren't fucking vaccinated.
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about it anymore. And it's
Well, we're
like,
in a super dangerous healthcare shortage pandemic,
yeah,
but you can just lay off like all of your nurses.
yeah. Yeah.
That's-
Like, it's like, go fuck yourself,
And it's
man.
weird
Like,
that the
Speaking of which, how's-
medical professionals.
Is your sister okay?
Yeah.
With like still working, still all that?
Yep.
Like, okay.
She got a
I don't want to like give all of her personal information away,
No,
but she's
she-
in the healthcare
she
field,
got
and I just
a,
want to make sure she's all right.
a vaccine exemption, and then ended up getting COVID, and
For
now
what?
she's past COVID. But it's funny because now, even though she has antibodies and all that fun stuff, none of that is in any verbiage in any of these mandates anywhere. It's not whether or not you're actually like healthy or have antibodies against the virus or anything like that.
All right. It's I can't tell you what brand mine is, so
Well, no,
because I got my vaccine the hard way. But
Well,
I
exactly,
can't show
but-
you like I've got the
But
J&J.
if all this was actually about science, like they say it is,
Yeah.
then these mandates would include people that are like, I don't know, have recovered
well,
successfully.
the
and that have
difference between a
antibodies.
vaccine and natural immunity is no one can profit off of natural immunity.
Well, exactly,
Correct.
and it works better.
well, and the
but you can't say that you're following science though when your fucking COVID czar is completely going against what the scientists fucking said.
we should
You
be
know,
more
they're like-
concerned with the fact that we have any position in a public government
Called czar.
called czar.
Yeah, that's an issue.
And Trump had him too,
I'm
so that's
just
not even
trying-
like
yeah, yeah, that's
I-
an apolitical statement.
What I aspire to do
I want to be the no fucks given czar.
in my like what I want to do is become something in government where I can create a worldwide problem and be the one that administers the solution to the worldwide problem that I created.
That makes sense.
And I
think that's called a senator.
well,
no. If
or
all
a
that is
Fauci,
all that is
or
it's
a-
good business. If you
Right.
want to sell something, create the demand. How do you create the demand?
a virus.
Identify the problem.
Yeah.
And if you can create that problem, you've identified a problem that nobody else had, nobody knew existed,
And
and
that,
now you
folks-
have the solution.
And that, folks, is the basis of our
Master
weekly
debates.
master debates that come out every Thursday.
100%. That is 100% accurate. That's exactly what we do. What problem can we create this week?
So,
So
it's interesting, and I mean, now it's just I'm so burnt out on the game with our government now that I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just don't care anymore.
And if you're going to get fired because you didn't get the vaccine, then I don't know. Like, I don't like being told what to do,
Mhm.
but I would never put my family and my welfare in jeopardy because of a vaccine.
Right.
Like, I'm not scared of it. Obviously, I got it, right? But
Tell you one thing, I wish I would
Like,
have bought in some stocks before
I'm-
this fucking thing.
I'm not scared of
I'm gonna buy
COVID,
Johnson
not
&
scared of the
Johnson.
vaccine, but I'm not going to ruin my life over either. I didn't change my life for COVID at all. I did everything I was going to do anyway,
Mhm.
Except I had to wear a mask on a flight. That's the only thing I couldn't get around. But
That's because they made that federal law.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like,
well,
all right,
they're
that's
not going to let me
law
on the
now.
flight,
Like,
and I want to fly. So what did I do? I put the fucking mask on.
Yeah.
If I want to work and they're going to fire me, like, I don't understand. Like,
Dude, your boss is
there's fights worth fighting.
your
right?
boss is a dick.
What's that?
Your boss is a dick.
He is.
I've met him.
Yeah, but there's fights worth fighting. And is this vaccine the fight you're gonna like jeopardize everything for? If it is, so be it. I mean, everybody has their own choice. For me, it wouldn't be that. Like, if I was gonna be going on unemployment and not knowing how I was gonna feed my family, I might just get the vaccine.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
you guys want to hear something interesting? Johnson
Always.
& Johnson's stock price on February 14th, 2020 was $150.13 a share.
Yeah.
Between February 14th and that is March 27th, 2020, it dropped down to 123, from 150 to 123 per share, right?
Mhm.
That's a pretty big dip, right? It's about a fucking what? Give me the math there, Jazz, percentage-wise.
15.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 12.5%.
But large investors, that's a fucking hit, right?
Well, if you've got $500,000 writing and you lose 12.5% of $500,000, you fucking notice.
It's at 160 now.
Which
And
that's still not that much market variance, to
Yeah,
be
but-
honest with you.
Johnson &
No, not
Johnson
really.
kind of shit the bed in the whole vaccine aspect of things.
You also keep in mind is during an 18-month profile,
Look at
50
Pfizer.
Johnson & Johnson owns Depuis,
mhm.
which is Depuis is a $5.2 billion annual company that does hip and joint replacements. And for 18 months, nobody was getting inpatient joint repair. So when a $5.2 billion division is non-operational, you're probably going to see a dip in your stocks.
I don't know what Pfizer's thing is.
PFIZER.
See, I told you this was a investment show. So I saw our boys over at our boys. I've never fucking met them. You guys know them. The Black Rifle guys posted a thing online about how they did that Coffee or Die and a couple of other people did some investigation stuff on that lieutenant colonel that got locked up and then got him released and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Does anybody know anything more about this story? Because I'm not going to lie, I was totally lazy and I just saw that they said
I didn't even see that.
we did some dig and got him released, but it was a Marine Corps lieutenant colonel.
Yeah, it's Lieutenant Colonel Schuster. He's the one that kind of fucking all he did was ask for accountability over the Afghanistan thing.
Well, he went online outside of what he should have done.
So I found out some information. A buddy of mine's an E9 and is kind of close to the investigation. And I was talking to him about it, and he was like, "Yeah." He's like, basically, what happened is he goes, "Well, a few years ago, they implemented this this fucking social media policy DoD wide. All right,
Yeah.
and that was because of the whole Marines United fallout thing from the revenge porn scandal and all that shit that happened. Sorry. I was an admin on that page. Anyways, I digress. Essentially, there was a Marine Corps group named Marines United that was 30,000 guys. About 30 of them were sharing revenge porn. And they had like this fucking ongoing Dropbox that just had thousands of fucking photos and videos and shit of these women, right? Well, it got leaked, and there was a story about it in some fucking online newspaper called The War Horse by this dude named Brennan. And Brennan's fucking ass was one of the offenders, but he leaked it anyways. And then he tried to spin it like, oh, I was a mole the whole time. And it's like, bitch, fuck you. But
You were an online newspaper mole?
yeah, right? Like,
Fucking shoot higher. Like,
right?
Jesus.
Right? Like, Jesus, man. You're in the berm. Right? Like, fuck. So, but it went before Congress, and because of that, essentially, they were like, fucking, nope, fix it. So the Joint Chiefs mandated that it get fixed, and they became like this very stringent, like DoD-wide policy on social media conduct, we'll say. And Lieutenant Colonel Schuster fucked right over it.
Yeah,
it was like, I'm not going to pay any attention
in
to it.
uniform, portraying his office in uniform, talking about his superiors on the internet. Like, you're not supposed to do that. Now, did he have very valid points and a reason and a motivation
100%.
behind it? Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
And all he was really doing was just asking every question that I would ask. Like, we did this. We clearly botched this fucking evacuation. We botched the leaving of Afghanistan.
Okay, so but essentially,
Who's accountable?
What he got in trouble for was the methodology of the questioning, not the questioning, but the method in which he decided to.
And he was like the battalion commander at Marine Corps at a SOI East. So he ran School of Infantry. You know, that's a pretty fucking solid post. You know, it takes a long time to get there. So he's got to be squared away. You know what I mean? To get put into that position.
Anybody who's operating inside TRADOC is gonna get held to a different standard.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to be shaping the branch of service, not which he was trying to do apparently.
And then I think a lot of people donated to the Eddie Gallagher has something that funds people that get put into the military justice system, you know, like he did, and didn't have a fair way to do anything. Like, should he have been put in the brig for this? No. Why? Slap his pee-pee. You know what I mean? Like,
so this is where the lieutenant colonel fucked up, because he got his pee-pee slapped for the first one.
Yeah.
He got relieved. He got fired from his post. He got relieved. Then he did another post mentioning about how he got relieved, and fucking continuing to fucking kind of stir the pot. And then in that post, he said that he was resigning his commission. Well, they didn't accept his resignation. So the next one.
Imagine you're just
you're a champ, Justin.
thanks, buddy.
Imagine you're just like fucking fed up. You're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm out.
And they're like,
I'm resigning.
And they're like, no,
you're not.
nope, you're gonna get held accountable now. And he's like, I was asking for your accountability, and they're like, too fucking bad. Like that is the fucking Marine Corps at its fucking finest.
We're
man.
not going to give you any accountability what we do, but oh, by the way,
But you're fucked,
yeah,
pal.
I love this.
Sorry about your luck.
That is like going to sell your car and coming home with that one and another. So
Yes.
what the fuck? I was going to sell mine and bought one. Like, what the?
You didn't even buy one. They just gave you another loan for your own car.
Well, I was talking up my car, how good it was, and then I realized it's a great car. I
Yeah.
can't-
It's like you tried to sell it, and then the guy you sold it to immediately sold it back to you for double.
Yeah, no, but at field grade, if I'm not mistaken, and I've never been a field grade officer, but aren't you serving at the you serve at the pleasure of the president?
Well, that's
Isn't
the
that like what
thing.
it says when you get?
He
believe so.
resigned, and they told him, no, you can't.
Well, because you like most of the time they'll let you, right? But they were just like,
Nope.
no.
We're not done with
I don't know if you
yet,
knew this,
sir.
but that little commission paperwork that you got says that you serve at the pleasure of the president, and
well,
the
then,
president's
like,
pleasure is to go
demote
nah.
me, and then I'll resign. Like,
So
Well, but I think it's anything like
well,
to
here's a
lose an
lieutenant-
E7 rank. It's actually like an act of Congress.
Yeah.
Oh.
E7.
Like-
E6 in the Marine Corps.
That's because there's like 12 of you guys.
Yeah.
I've met like the whole corps. So, like it's
All 128,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
167,000. That's full strength.
so.
Yeah.
have you?
You guys have like battalions that are that size.
Yeah. Has the Marine Corps ever been at full strength?
No. During the surge, probably. Like during
No.
the
If the Marine Corps was ever at full strength, they wouldn't have weapons for everyone.
It's true.
I like
Like you get one,
it'd be
skip,
like-
skip. You get
It'd
one,
be like
skip,
Stalingrad, where it's like you get ammo, you get a rifle.
We're
Go.
gonna issue you this rifle, but just so you know, it doesn't work anymore, and you
Which
will
is-
have to yell bang.
Like, I make the joke about Stalingrad, but that's literally what they do with machine gunners. It's like, hey, gunner, carry the ammo.
Yeah.
There you go. It's like, all right. So like,
Oh, in the army, they're like, and here's an M4. You're never going to use it, but
it's like, fuck. Yeah, dude, you're not wrong. Shit.
All right,
So
I
that's
just
the
I
and
wanted a
then-
little
so
bit more
after he
clarity
did-
on that situation.
So after
because
he did that, he did another fucking post saying that they denied his resignation because he was gonna forgo his retirement and everything. He's got a lot of irons in the fire and he's doing all right on his own type of thing. And they were like, so he did another post, and that's when they're like, all right, this guy won't shut his fucking mouth. We're locking him up. So that's when the chasers came and picked him up. Essentially, is what happened.
okay,
But
well that provides more clarity
Yeah.
because I totally didn't read the article.
well, and then but I don't know. I didn't know he got out. I didn't know that. this happened.
I guess due to literally the kind of veteran friendly news system. I don't know what to call it because it's all online. Like I hesitate to call them like investigative journalism, but I guess it is. Just dug through enough shit and got enough stuff going that I guess they found precedent and got him released.
Well, I think that was that Eddie Gallagher Foundation
So,
that he set
yeah,
up.
maybe. So-
Well, I'm sure he's got
I just
some
wanted-
solid lawyers on.
I just
tap
wanted
for that.
more situation on that, and I knew it was Afghanistan related, and we've been trying to sort of give updates as we're finding them on that whole situation, and it's still a fucking what the fuck situation.
Yeah.
But
so we just talked about the Marine Corps being all kinds of fucked up. Do you guys see the Army upgraded a whole bunch of awards for the Ranger Battalion in Mogadishu?
Yes, I saw
yeah,
that.
And they pretty much said, go fuck yourself to the 10th Mountain Boys that came in to rescue their asses.
Really?
It
It was all Ranger Battalion guys, like 17.
I think
or-
there's one award given to the 10th Mountain guys, and none of them have anything. There's like little to no mention. Nobody's ever went back and looked to see if any of them should get anything for what they did or anything like that.
Sure.
Yeah, I
Well, but that.
but did they get a
John,
movie?
But no, they were in the movie. But
Yeah.
but that falls on the 10th Mountain leadership.
Yeah,
that's
not-
true.
I mean,
That's true.
awards don't just magically fucking write themselves.
Yeah,
You
Okay,
guys,
there was-
did you guys know the whole story about that and how the Marine Corps was involved in that?
No.
So when that whole fucking genocide first started,
Anybody else notice that regardless of what battle you bring up, all of a sudden there's a Marine that pops out and he's like, "Do you know what the Marines actually did for that?"
do you want to know though?
I do.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm still gonna give you shit
It's
about
an
it.
interesting story, though. It's
Yeah.
it's kind of an interesting story, and it's made its way into Marine Corps lore because of it. So they deployed. The initial response to the famine was 30,000 Marines. It was a MU. It was a Marine Expeditionary Unit. They fucking promoted. They flew them in there, and peace was restored, and everything was fine because Aziz gave specific orders: don't fight the black boot warriors. We couldn't afford desert boots like y'all. We were still wearing blacks over there, right? And the reason being is, and a lot of people don't know this, Aziz's nephew was a fucking U.S. Marine. And he was good. They literally flew his ass in there to help fucking talk to his uncle to chill him the fuck out.
No fucking way.
Yes. Yeah, he was a fucking Lance Corporal. And they fucking found him and flew his ass to the MU and flew him into fucking Somalia and was like, talk to your uncle.
Dude, that
So
goes
he
to
went and
show
talked to
that
his uncle.
our background
Oh my
check system
God.
now is way better than it
Way
used to be,
better, dude.
apparently.
And so and
Well,
like that's why
apparently they
fucking everything
knew.
chilled out. And as soon as the Marines left, the Army came in to do what they do
Yeah.
and occupy, and make sure shit was going right because you're still fucking doing genocide, man. Now you're not letting them eat and shit,
Yeah.
and that's when the whole fucking crazy shit in the Moog happened. And yeah.
Look at
It's
that.
just
We
fucking-
actually handled that country the way our armed forces are set up to do.
Yeah.
Send the Marines in to squash it, and then send the Army in to occupy and control, which is exactly what our force
That's-
is supposed to do.
That's doctrine.
And it worked
Yeah.
until one lucky shot, and it all goes to shit.
I know, right?
And like literally, look, it was a tragedy, and it did show a lot of heroism for our soldiers and all that kind of stuff. But the fact of the matter is that whole shit happened because of one lucky shot.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, with the RPG?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One lucky shot,
Yeah.
and everything just went to shit.
One skinny knew how to actually arm the motherfucker, and it didn't bounce off.
So
Yeah.
So according to that article in Coffee or Die, It says the Marines retreat came after Coffee or Die magazine and congressional staffers questioned why the Corps planned to bar the public, media, and lawmakers from the initial review officers hearing to determine whether Scheller would continue to be held as a flight risk pending an upcoming Article 32 hearing and possible trial by court-martial.
Did they literally type Marine Corps retreat?
What?
Is that what you just read?
The Marines retreat.
The Marines retreat.
Yes.
So they wrote a line. The Marines retreat came after Coffee or Die. So they have written an article saying
that's
that
ballsy.
the Marines got beat by a coffee company. Like,
Well, but they
You know
put-
what? I know the guys over at Coffee or Die, and they're good fucking dudes.
They
I'm
really
not
are.
saying they're not. I'm just saying that's a bold statement.
Yeah, but they're good fucking dudes.
You know, but the fact that they held him because they thought he was a flight risk, he was an exceptional guy. Like everything he did up until then.
yeah, like noteworthy.
So
Like,
you're
you don't
saying-
become the battalion commander of SOI East
exactly.
without being fucking squared
I
the
guess
fuck
he was
away,
in for
man.
17 years.
Yeah.
So you're
He's
saying-
not gonna
And a lieutenant colonel at
Yeah.
17,
He's not
that's
gonna-
lightning.
So the Marine Corps decided that his quality of character was high enough to put him in charge of training half the Corps,
Literally, yeah.
but his character didn't carry enough that he might be a flight risk because he's going to ask, because he was publicly multiple times making himself available
Right.
and
100%.
saying things and went, oh, he's a flight risk.
I don't think he is.
So it also said that there were leaked documents between lawmakers and the Marine Corps and their lawyers and shit that they're trying to broker a plea deal where he essentially gets
It's a gag order.
out of the military for pleading guilty to some of the charges in the court martial.
Ooh, don't do that because I bet you they're going to try and sneak a sedition charge on there.
Probably. Or they just Article 32, or what is it? Article 123 or whatever, the fucking catch-all. The general order, the general article that they get everybody on.
General 1, Alpha. That's what got me.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Is that drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Underage?
No, just in combat.
Underage.
Well, yeah,
you
you
know who
can't
you're
do that.
talking to?
I know you can't.
I don't know if you knew this, but Scott's never been underage for anything.
Yeah. There were no laws when Scott was underage.
Right? It's very true.
Scott
Very
may
true.
be the reason there are underage drinking.
Yeah,
laws.
right? Thanks a lot, guy.
They would be much higher age if that were the case. No drinking under 54.
There should just be a no drinking after.
Yeah.
You could drink whatever and however
Before?
you want, but
Up
once you
until.
hit 45, you can't drink anymore.
Right?
And that's when Scott leaves this earth.
God, that would be fucked.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, check it out, old people. No more drinking. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
What all this practicing I've been doing?
I've been training my whole life to be retired and just be hammered the whole time, and now you're telling me no? Fuck out of here.
How am I supposed to be an old guy that says whatever the fuck he wants to? If I
Right?
fucking
I can't wait to get fucking old and say that shit. What's it like? Fuck you.
I'm still married.
Yeah. Yeah. Touche.
I can only say a quarter of what I want to.
Got it. Yeah. Got it. Know that life. Fuck.
I don't.
Just wait.
I told what?
Someday.
Oh, I had my first one, and that was the whole. I don't want you to be my roomie friends because I don't like the way you talk. Okay.
Well, I don't really want a second one,
Darn.
so I'm going to.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was so much better.
Yeah, the second one's way better.
The second one's way
That's
better.
true.
Are you hearing this, Michelle? Be nice to me. They're telling me the second one's
So
better.
much better.
Dude, well, I know in my case.
You know why? You're better at selecting. Because when you picked the first one, you didn't know what the fuck you were doing.
That's probably true.
Then by the time I got around
That's
to picking the
100%
second one, I
true,
was like,
actually,
fuck,
in my
I've
case.
learned some things.
Kids, listen to this and don't get married young.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Like,
Like,
how
that's
old are you when you get married first?
24.
Well, so you waited a little bit. That's old for military standards of
Yeah,
marriage,
very old.
actually. You know, that's pretty old. My ass was barely fucking 18, and she was 6 days after her 18th birthday.
I was 19.
I was 24.
Yeah.
But
And
I chose well because we're
Well,
about
you're
to,
still there. Yeah.
about to hit 22 fucking years.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're an exception to the
Yeah.
rule for the whole get married young thing. And I knew her in high school and stuff like that. So, like,
Yeah.
I'd known her for a while, but got married young in
How long did you and Michelle know each other before you tied it?
3 days.
I don't know exactly. Probably about a year.
Yeah.
6 months to a year, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's going to correct me when I get home. But
Sure.
That's what my memory is giving me. 6
Uh,
years later.
You're
Well, I
gonna be
knew-
like, it was 3.5 years, fucker.
I mean, dude, Haley and I only dated for like 8 months before we got married, you know, and we're fucking rock solid, man. I'm fucking 11 years strong. Shit. So.
Yeah, I was so I was with the first one 10 years, married for 7 of it.
Oh, yeah.
And
So you did it like pretty good then, man. Like,
yeah, dude, I'm not saying I wasn't in a long-standing relationship. My biggest thing in you know, retrospect is 2020 and all that kind of stuff, right? So the fact of the matter is that even when we decided to separate at the end, it was a very casual, calm conversation, and it was just like, this isn't working anymore. Like, we just
But
don't
you
fit.
see, it was
But-
easier because you didn't have kids.
see, I
Like,
found
No,
out.
100%.
I just found out mine was a raging horror, and I was just like, yeah, this ain't happening no
Yeah.
more.
So
They can't be fucking everybody, including my friends.
But
Fuck.
the biggest thing it came down to was I was nowhere at the point of our separation, and we didn't have kids, which just changed things.
it does change things. A little.
We just were not the same people
Yeah.
that we were when we got married, like,
Yeah.
or even when we got together. But the difference between 20 and 30, you are a entirely different human being.
100%.
And,
Our hardest years were the first 5, and then the first 2 after I got out of the army.
Well, they say that that's where the term 7-year itch comes.
Yeah.
You know, because they say that at that 7-year mark is when you get tired of being around each other. And that's just a majority of people. Like, just statistically speaking, like right around 7 years is about the fucking max that people can deal with each other
Right.
every fucking day.
Yeah.
You know, and
I mean, so, but a lot of it was just, we grew into very, very different humans, and it
Yeah.
just was not, and without the kid thing,
Right.
without that to kind of be a unifying kind of mission.
it's true.
Right?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah. Right. So,
That is the best way to put that. Sorry, kids, but he is right.
Yeah. You're all fucking dicks, children.
and the thing is we were too, like, you're old enough
100%.
now to look back at like
Oh,
what
I
you
was
were
a-
like at like 13, 14, 15.
Oh,
You're
my
like,
kids
oh,
are
fuck,
way better than I was.
I was horrible.
Mine are too.
It's a horrible
Mine
human
are
being.
way better. Yeah.
Fuck, they're way
But
better
the
than me.
difference is unless your parents were looking for it,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
guys weren't that bad
But I think the
because you were never
reason-
home.
The reason
true.
my kids are so much better than I was at that age is I was way, 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 way more independent than my kids.
Yeah.
are.
I'm a better father than my dad ever could have been for 2 reasons. One, I'm still here. Like, I'm not, you know,
Look,
fucking,
the time
I
marker
didn't
on beating
leave.
that record, not overly aggressive.
That's very true.
Ooh, made it past a month. Nailed it.
It was 2 years, but yeah, like, you know. So one, I'm already better than him. That
Yeah,
also,
you've been around long enough for your kids to have memories of you.
yeah, right? Very true.
Win.
Also, I don't. No matter how fucking angry I ever get at Haley, I'll never fucking raise a hand to her, which is something my father fucking could not do to my mom.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, my mom was a pain in the fucking ass. You know what I mean? And I loved her dearly because of it, but I'm sure she was a fucking asshole. She had a mouth on her too. Like, so
That and Haley would absolutely whoop your ass.
Yeah,
That's probably also true,
If,
yeah.
if I ever hit Michelle, she would kill me in my sleep.
yeah.
So
See, Haley would look me in the eyes and be like,
yeah,
like I'd know it's coming. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh fuck.
Like, I love Haley to death.
Like,
She's
I'm
one of my
not-
favorite people. But I'm telling you right now, you could go across that jaw, and she's gonna like do that
Bitch.
slow look back,
And then
like
just Van
watch
Damme
the
kick me.
just watch the fucking and just be like, yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
And if that ever happens, videotape the Power Ranger kick that's coming to the fucking
is.
chin that you're gonna take. 'cause-
It is the last kick in the final fight of Bloodsport.
yeah, the big spinning. Yeah,
And he holds it,
Yeah.
and he's like, ah!
I'm picturing those chicks that like crush the watermelons. You know,
Yeah.
like that's your head.
You know what? There are worse ways in the world to go.
Thick thighs take lives, and I'm here for it.
That's goddamn right. Goddamn right. But like I'm saying though, I'm already a better dad than my dad ever could have fucking been. And I think I'd like to think that that's why my children are better than I was. Or they're just half Haley, and that's a better reason.
It's a different world now too, though. I mean, Scott's kind of spoke to it, right? Like, he was far more independent, and I mean,
Yeah, dude, he was like a goat herder back in biblical times.
no, seriously,
Like seriously, like
my-
my son Logan is 16.
yeah,
At 16, I
was gone.
I had 2 jobs. I had a 79 Trans Am.
Yep.
I had a fucking crotch rocket and a brand new truck
Yeah.
Wow,
that
dude.
I paid for.
Yeah.
But you were
it's-
way better than me.
It's the
Fuck.
same thing at that age bracket,
At
right?
16,
it was
I was paying off restitution.
Between
Going
16 and 18. Like,
I mean, owned my car, had my jobs, was also playing sports. Like it was the whole, and I was never home.
yeah.
I was chasing
I was-
skirt.
yeah, I
That's
was
all
chasing-
I wanted to do.
no, it was
Chase
that.
God,
skirt, dude.
that's
I was
That is
chasing
it.
skirt, and other than that, it was how do I make my car go faster? Like
Yeah.
those were my only two. I was either getting my dick wet or was making my car faster. Those are the only two priorities in life.
Sometimes one complemented the other.
A lot. Yeah. Well, at
that's the
16
thing
and
is
17,
you're-
you are convinced that your horsepower is directly tied to your ability to get laid.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not, but you are convinced that it is.
No,
No, the advantage that you have is that you just had a car.
I would say
Like, that
15
was-
to
I'll tell you
25,
what.
that 10-year span of 15 to 25, everything that you do is motivated by pussy. Like you're just trying to get laid.
That guy that
You know,
has a
like-
130 horsepower Honda Accord, guarantee you doesn't get as much pussy as that guy with the 1,000 horsepower Lamborghini.
No, or if you're
I need
if
to meet
you're
the
a senior
16-year-old
in
with the
high school,
Lamborghini. Like that's,
if you're a senior in high school and you have an R6,
Yeah.
it's
yeah, I didn't have a bike,
it's
but I was the
game
same thing,
over.
right? Like
Yeah.
it was me and one other dude in my high school that had muscle cars.
See, when I went to high school, if you had a car, you had a better chance
Well,
of getting
no,
laid.
straight out, and you do.
Just having a car.
The-
it could be a shit box.
So
You still weren't walking.
My high school only had 300 parking passes available because
Yeah.
that's how big the parking lot was. It wasn't like it was like
Well,
this
that's
is
about
just
where I was at.
that's
yeah.
just how many cars they could park and still fit a staff,
Yeah.
right? So there was 300 parking passes. So those of us that could get one and drove to school, you already were like next tier as far as availability was concerned.
I lost my
Now-
car like middle of junior year, and I will confirm
Yeah,
that
it drops off
Your
rapidly.
fucking
Yeah.
fucking popularity with the ladies hits fucking rock
When all
bottom
of a sudden it's turning
without a
like,
car.
hey baby, you want to ride the bus home with me? It's like-
How about you give me a ride home, girl? What's up?
Yeah, a little different. But there was like 2 of us that had muscle cars. The advantage to that was right when all those Fast and the Furious movies came out too. So everybody was buying fucking Honda Civics
Yeah.
and Preludes and
Putting a
Eclipses
fart
and
can
shit.
on it.
Yep.
And the 2 of us that had big V8s, and we definitely had an advantage. I also had an advantage because we got stationed in Pittsburgh. My dad got stationed as the one of the instructors for ROTC at the University of Pittsburgh. That was his duty station.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is
why we-
already stuck in the 80s. So
Fuck. So we moved up there, and I found out that nobody goes in or out of Pittsburgh. Like the fact that we moved there was just this weird anomaly, and it was because we got stationed there.
yeah.
But nobody leaves, nobody comes in. So I was like the first new guy that any of these kids who had been going to school together since kindergarten, and it was now high school, it was all the same people
Yeah.
for the last 16 years. So all of a sudden, this new dude comes in from Texas and had the car, the whole 9 yards. It was great. It was just like free pickings. It caused a lot of fights because a lot of people didn't want
Yeah.
to tell me they were dating somebody else.
Or-
But
yeah, and then you have like I grew up in a small little town, right? But there was a bunch of small little towns 10 miles away.
yeah,
So if you tried
It's like
to
a whole new world.
yeah, it was. But if you in high school tried to date or take out on a date a chick from that high school, there was some serious butt hurt going on.
it was the same way. So
Yeah,
I say
yeah.
Yeah.
I say Pittsburgh because but we lived in a little town called Gibsonia, Pennsylvania, which is actually like 35 miles outside of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And it's not even a city, it's called a township.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's all these little townships. And so it was the same thing. And if you tried to date somebody from another high school or whatever, you essentially started like a turf war.
Yeah.
And it was just like, what the fuck? But
Gibsonia, PA. Yeah, you're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Back
yeah,
there.
dude.
However-
Route 8.
However,
Can I get
if
some
you
croutons?
if you brought in a chick that wasn't one of the little rival schools from like a big high school from 20 miles away,
Yeah.
there's no turf war then. And then there's just jealousy.
So, but there is a
Well, God forbid you hook up with the hot chick at their school. You know what I mean? If you get one of the popular hot girls, now it's fisticuff time, man.
It
Like,
was, too.
you got to fight. Like, I think it's just like common law rule that you got to fight like the captain of the football team, the homecoming king or some shit.
Oh, that's in Texas.
You know, I believe that, dude. Like, because like where I live in Cibolo, Steele High School around the corner. Steele is one of the fucking top like football teams in the state, right? For high school football, and not to be outdone, Clemson right down the street, or Clemens right down the street.
I was like Clemson.
Clemson's in college.
I
sorry
don't
about
think they're down the
Clemens
street,
right
but-
down the street though is another top one, and there's another one too.
The unicorns.
Unicorns.
New brothels.
Are they unicorns?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Holy fuck.
It's awesome.
Hilarious. Anyways. But like, I'm sure that if like a dude from Steel was dating a girl from Clemson, from Clemens, fuck me, dude. Dude from Steel's dating a girl from Clemson. He's a fucking man. He's a badass. He's a badass, and she's a felon. But fucking, if he's dating one from the fucking rival high school, I'm sure there's some beef going on, even in like here.
Yeah.
You know, like I would assume.
Yeah,
Like I went to an alternative high school, so when I dated girls from the main high school,
I think
they were going after the bad boy, and I was there for it.
I don't think so, Mikey, because those two high schools are so large, it doesn't matter. There's
That's
enough
true.
pickings.
That's true.
My high school and the neighboring high schools, we had like 32 in my class.
Oh wow.
So it was slim pickings, and like 15 are girls, right? So like if you're
I'm your cousin.
you're digging into that
Yeah.
the small pool,
And you know
of-
what everybody else's dick tastes like because it's all been there before.
Yep. For sure.
It was a fucking.
I got a story.
It's-
I'm not gonna say it.
It was like a whiplash moment when I changed high schools because my freshman year I went in Texas,
Yeah.
and literally just my freshman class had 1,200 people in it.
In Houston
Yeah,
area.
yeah, North Houston area.
Yeah.
Humble, Texas.
Yeah.
Humble High School, so big that the freshmen had their own campus. That's how
Wow.
fucking big it was.
Wow.
And then I went up there to Pine Richland High School, which pulled from 4 townships, and the whole school had like 290 students. And
Yeah.
I was like,
So I went from that in Nebraska, my freshman year, to Mesa, Arizona, and I had 1,200 in my class.
it's a whiplash moment. You're
So
just
and
like,
then I had 2 years in Mesa, and then I moved back to Nebraska and finished up in the 32.
yeah.
How fucking like cool guy were you though when you came back?
What?
They were like, tell us stories about the real world.
What's the outside world like?
Instantly, the girls that knew me when I was a freshman, when I came back, it was like a knock on the door.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
Yeah. Like fucking. That's
Yeah.
because you got to go live life somewhere
Yeah.
else.
And
You know what I mean?
it
Like
was-
it's
it was
a big
crazy.
deal.
Well, that was the whole thing when I moved up north.
Show me what you learned.
Because every dude they knew up there, they had been in school with since fucking kindergarten, and then all of a sudden I came in my
Yeah.
sophomore year from Houston, Texas,
Yeah.
and it was like that was the somebody asked me up there what I thought of the big city, and I was like, Houston's not bad. And they were like, no, I was talking about Pittsburgh, and I was like, there's like 300,000 people here. Like, I lived in a suburb of because I lived in Humble, which is a suburb of Houston.
Which is still bigger than Pittsburgh.
It's like 400,000 people in this suburb. Houston at the time was like 4.5 million. It's ballooned out to like 7 million now or some shit. It was like 4.5 million people
Houston's
in Houston.
what, like
it's the fourth largest city, I think, or third largest city.
It's up there.
I think it's like New York, Chicago,
LA.
No, I think Houston's actually bigger than LA now.
Really?
Yeah, we're San Antonio's
Population-wise,
7th
or-
largest.
Here, let me do the producer's job.
So I went.
It's cool, Justin. We'll do it. It's fine.
So in Nebraska,
Houston
my-
is the 4th largest city.
4th
Y'all can
largest.
suck my nuts.
Yeah. Oh, it's New York, LA, Chicago, Houston.
when I was in Nebraska, from 7th grade to my freshman year, I drank, right? That's all you do. You go to parties and you drink. That was what we did. I get to Arizona and I go to my first party, right? So I'm like, man, I got to get some beer. So I walk in with like a 12-pack of beer to this fucking party. Everybody's smoking weed, getting fucked up, right? And they look at me like I am the devil because I have beer. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to drink. They're like, really? Like, that's fucked up. I'm like, you're all smoking weed.
You're
Like,
all
what the
fucking
fuck?
stoned, man.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It
that's
blew my mind.
I was
Culture.
I was the fucking man with the stoners, dude, because I would get off work at McDonald's
Yeah.
and I would just like fill bags of like fucking like the big carry like
Yeah.
like tote bag that they would normally stack like Big Macs
Yeah.
in. I'd fill that bitch with fries. I'd fill one with nuggets, and then I'd bring a bunch of Big Macs and shit and fucking cheeseburgers and shit. I show up to a stoner party. They were like, hallelujah. They're like, Mikey's here. He's the best.
So 4 out of the top 10 cities in the United States are in Texas.
uh-huh.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
like Houston, San Antonio,
Dallas,
and
and
Austin.
Wow.
And then Fort Worth is 12.
Which is pretty much
Well,
just all
so
Dallas.
top 10
No,
is New York,
they're
LA,
separate.
I know they are, but
Chicago,
tell me where
Houston.
the line
If you
is.
put them together, hold on, let's see.
Phoenix,
Fort
Fort,
It'd be the
Fort
largest
Worth is
metroplex.
just less than 1 million. Dallas 1.3. So put them in like
2 million.
4th.
Okay.
Yeah, because Dallas is 9th by himself.
But it doesn't stop. It's all one big fucking.
No, but
True.
this is where it gets weird. It's like Boston has a population of 695,000. Now, if you've ever been to Boston,
That's Boston proper.
Yeah.
Boston proper is tiny.
Yeah, it's not big.
The greater Boston area.
No, there's probably 3 million
Oh,
people.
Jesus, probably more than that. And they all live on top of each other. It's fucking
Yeah.
retarded.
Well, like, you got to think too. You want to talk about shit being connected? Technically, fucking DC's connected to Boston. Like, it's fucking people from DC
Oh, yeah.
all the way fucking through Delaware,
A
all the way
lot of
through
New
everything.
England's like that,
bink.
though. It's like it never
Like,
stops.
yeah, it hits New York,
Well,
goes
that's
through
like-
there. Like, the whole 95 corridor there
That's
is
like
fucking
everybody tells you
connected
they'll live in DC. It's like, oh, I live in DC.
now. No, you don't.
Okay, cool.
They
where?
mean anywhere from like Fredericksburg, Virginia to like Maryland.
Yeah.
That's what they mean. It's just Nova.
Yeah.
Like that's just what they mean.
Yep.
is-
Yep.
So
Fuck that place.
Nobody actually lives in DC.
Nobody, dude. Ew.
Oh, there's a lot
Who
of
the fuck wants to do that? Like that. I don't feel like getting stabbed or shot every night.
the
Fuck.
difference is there's people that live in DC. They just don't have houses.
or addresses. Yeah.
And we're not talking about P.O. boxes, kids.
So
Well, fuck, boys. Real quick, what are we drinking? You two dicks are on.
I'm still with tequila.
You're on something else now. What do you got?
Yeah, I switched over to the Dripping Springs. What is that?
Deliciousness.
It is tasty.
That is.
What's it called? I don't know. Turn it around for me. I can't remember what it's called.
This one here?
Yeah.
Oh, Ghost Tail.
Treaty Oak. Yeah.
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 Nice.
yeah, they're out of Dripping Springs.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm on that baby blue, man. That Balcones baby blue.
It's good shit.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
You're over there on felony juice.
You should try it. It's good.
Yeah, I don't.
It is
wanna
really
do
good.
that.
Here.
I've actually lately
Just
I've,
take a sip.
lately I've
Just take a
actually
sip.
I've found quite a
Well,
few sipping tequilas that I
Ice
actually
down,
like.
it has a really good flavor.
I've actually found some sipping tequilas lately that I actually really like. Like Casa Azul
No,
is actually pretty good.
that is a good one.
Casa Azul is really good.
That's not the worst I've had, that's for sure.
Some of the Herraduras are actually pretty good as a sipping whiskey and stuff like
Not
that.
familiar.
And Jazz, you're on beer tonight, man. Drinking
Yeah,
that
a little
Yingling Gold,
Yingling,
huh?
little Yingling Gold.
Fucking A.
I've been on a beer kick lately.
Getting
Nothing
back
wrong
to
with
his-
that.
I've really
his
been enjoying beer
Pennsylvania
lately.
roots.
Do you think that has anything to do with your COVID? No, not at all.
No, I've just been on a beer thing lately.
Yeah. No wrong with that.
It's actually, it happens a lot this time of year. I end up start drinking more beer.
Yeah.
I would
Well,
say
it's a good thing because on the way home tonight, boys,
yeah, everybody's taking beer.
everybody's getting a 12-pack or more sampler out of the fridge.
There's a lot of beer.
So we
in
have
there.
room for other things.
Like food.
like y'all's lunch. Yeah, like,
Dude, I have the same problem in my beer fridge in the garage, man, because I don't drink enough beer and nobody
Yeah.
ever comes like to the house to drink beer. Like the last person to drink was my buddy Jake from New Orleans who came,
you're a refugee.
my refugee.
Yeah.
Like he came, he had like 2 beers out of it. And it's like fucking stacked with beer.
The last time I bought beer, I
Well,
bought
I volunteer as
24.
tribute.
I bought 24 Guinnesses.
Ganai.
From
Good eye. I like that.
All right.
from like Sam's or whatever.
Can we make that a fucking thing?
and
I've done that my whole life.
and Michelle's like, "Why are you buying beer?" I'm like, "Because this will last me like 2 years." And I'm pushing 8 months and there's about 7 gone.
I have a bunch of beer in my garage. Not in a freezer. Not in a fridge.
I hope not a freezer.
No.
That ends badly.
At one point, some of it was in the fridge.
Ooh, so now it's skunked.
I don't care because I don't drink it.
Yeah, right?
So next time I have a pool party, boys, and there's beer.
No, that's cooking beer.
The skunky stuff, yeah, because you'll
Yeah.
burn off the.
Yeah.
There's stuff
That's true.
you cook.
That's good for like beer can
It is
chicken and
getting
shit,
it-
man.
I was gonna say it is getting into smoking season.
Next
at
pool party, just dump it in the pool. It'll just float around.
Right.
And it's just like you need another drink, you just find a floater and just fucking crack it open and be good to go.
Oh, fuck. How about smoking, boys? What do you guys got?
I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it.
Oh, you got a little prototype.
You can talk about it.
So yeah, the Warfighter boys have trusted me with being able to taste test some new sexy
Well,
that
because
they got going on.
he
But
got
I've
his
been,
taste buds back. So-
I got my taste buds back. And
If you look at that exquisite band,
yes, you can the white paper band that definitely came off the finest Lexmark printer they could find.
Good luck trying to get that off.
Dude, I tried to rotate it, and I think I finally got it hot enough to actually spin. But one of the perks of being friends with the Warfighter boys, if you've been around tobacco, and that for the last couple years, every once in a while they'll slide me a couple 2-3 sticks and go like, "Hey, smoke these," and then
honest feedback.
Honest feedback. If it sucks, it sucks. Let me know.
Yeah.
If it's good, great. Tell me what you thought and da-da-da. But one of the things I like about it is they always give them to me blind. It'll just have like a number on it.
Yeah.
Like
That's
that one actually has a little bit more information.
And-
it's got a wrapper.
It's number 102, right?
104.
104.
104. But they'll give them to me blind and then just like smoke it. And after you're done, then we'll tell you like what's in it or what the goal
plan
was. And
for
what
it
the,
Scott did that to me one time. He gave me one and I tried it. And he's like, "What'd you think?" And I was like, "It's good." And he's like, "Man, I'm not doing this with you again." I was like,
Like, actually, that one sucks.
like I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, it smoked fine to me. Shit.
Yeah, they went hard in the paint on me one time and gave me cigars and like literally a worksheet and wanted me to
I
like.
remember that.
They had,
That
like-
was when the bar was still here.
It had like first, second, and third. Like
So
they
that-
wanted times and shit on it, and I was like,
That was a factory that was trying to get us to switch to them.
yeah.
And we found out that every single cigar they make blows.
Sucked.
Yeah.
Was really tight, just didn't taste right.
And that was
didn't burn for
essentially
shit.
all of my notes. I came back and I was like, I couldn't get one to cooperate.
Yeah.
Like it was just
So-
it was just
And we
struggle.
were like, we know.
We still have a lot of those samples. They'll be the next mystery pack. Just kidding.
No.
So yeah, that's what I'm on. Is I'm guinea pigging for the Warfighter Boys, which is something I am happy to do.
Yeah, it's totally fine with.
What's your first impressions there?
So on the pull, there's a little bit of kind of an acidic spice, which I enjoy because I feel like it's activating the palate, especially towards the rear of my palate. It's opening that up a lot. The retrohale on it actually has a nice kind of wooded pepper note. Good medium body as far as the experience is concerned. Texture on the outside wrapper is great, both in the hand and mouthfeel. On
That
it.
was the first thing you said too when you
Yeah,
first
the
grabbed it. You were
texture
like,
on the
"Ooh."
wrapper is actually quite nice.
What did you say? It was like satiny velvet?
It's more like a raw satin.
Raw satin,
Raw
that's what it
satin.
Raw sat.
Debrushed satin actually has a raw.
A raw.
Yeah, like a more raw texture to it. It's a little bit tighter than your production stuff right now on the draw.
That was
But-
rolled by, yeah.
Yeah.
rolled by
It's
you?
not a huge construction issue, but it is a little bit more firm than I'm used to with Warfighter tobacco. It's not a deal breaker. I've smoked plenty of cigars like this that it's smoking just fine. I haven't had to put more. I put more fire to it because I was talking and it went out, but it wasn't because of a draw issue. The ash is a little loose, which is odd for the draw tightness. The ash is tending to flake off a little bit more. One of the, in my opinion, one of the signatures of Warfighter is
That
kind of
tight ash.
it's that super tight ash that sits there,
I want to get that tight ass.
especially on like my favorite from y'all.
Goody little t-shirts.
That is one of those ones that literally, if I don't knock the ash off, that thing will just fucking hold and sit there until it ends up in your lap because you've forgotten.
762 field, man. You want to win a fucking ash
Yeah, it'll
competition? That's
hold.
your guy. I've noticed that shit.
It's yeah. I mean, I don't know if is it like blow your socks off like victory level? No. Is it a solid everyday kind of smoke? Yeah, I'd keep it in
I'm
regular
gonna fill you
rotation.
in. That
Yeah.
one is one that did not make the cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
It's
Is
good.
it?
Yeah.
Is
Well,
it?
you know, all those good things you just spoke about, though, is kind of a testament to the quality control that you do. If that one is that good and it's good enough to be an everyday smoke, but it's not up to Warfighter standard, that's good,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that just shows
Well, like I
like
said,
the quality
it's-
product.
It's good. I don't think it does anything for the line. Like it doesn't. It's not providing something that's new and exciting.
Yeah.
It's solid, but it's not. It doesn't do anything for the line. Would I smoke it again? Yeah. Would I smoke it behind this as opposed to like stealing that Corojo from him? Probably not.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I smoking? Oh, 50 Field. I thought I was smoking that one.
Oh, but it's good.
That's what I just had. I just had a 50 field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking like.
So good notes.
I'm a
but
fan.
It's not special.
Nice. So I'm smoking a 50 Garrison 660 because
Big old
every
dog
now,
turd.
every now and then we see what we're opening and you get one that's like really toothy and very good wrapper. And this particular bundle has been exceptional. So
Yeah.
I have been all over these lately.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fuck you, customers. This is for me.
No, it's not just one bundle.
It's the whole
Yeah.
batch.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So one of the things we do when we go down to Nicaragua, when
Only
we,
in 660 or
Well, this has been exceptionally, I mean, just feel the outside of it. It's
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is nice. What a great leaf.
When we go down to the factory, on top of working on all the new stuff that we want to get out, we like to fine tune everything that we already have.
Yeah.
Whether it's packaging or the construction, or I mean, subtle little things. Like one of the big things that we brought up, which is big for us and nobody really cares or understands, is how much tape they put on the bundles of cigars.
yeah.
They only need one piece. They put like 47 and a half.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so we were like, hey, when you do that with our cigars, uno piece, por favor. They're like, what? Like, only one strip of tape.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do they listen?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll find out.
But I mean, it does speak to the brand, and it does go back to that. I mean, there's a really old saying even in the military that complacency kills.
Sure.
So, you know, you'd be surprised how just those little tunings and stuff like that can, you know, and how you could have a really good cigar and go one priming higher on one of your filler loops,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden just really unlock something that wasn't there before.
Well, and like if we have listeners that have been with us from day one, they're gonna know that our cigars have greatly improved since day one.
Yeah.
And every time we go to Nicaragua, we try to
Your cigars have greatly improved since I met you guys.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's
And if you guys don't think that, you're a fucking terrorist.
I don't know about that, but
I'll back that.
Right? If you don't like Big Red, fuck you.
You know,
I'll
I've
back
never had a Big Red.
The soda?
Yeah.
You ain't missing much.
How's your diabetes?
I don't have it.
We can fix that.
No.
Yeah, you can fix that. Just have some Big Red. That shit is fucking
It is
sugar.
syrupy, dude.
Oh my
With
God.
red food dye and carbonated
You
water.
know what it is?
It's literally thicker than most soda.
I
Like,
got
you're like,
something.
sweet Jesus.
I'm sorry,
All right.
whatever I said. If you
tell.
No, you just reminded me. Just reminded me of something
Triggered.
that fucking irked me. So you guys know about Haley and I's date nights, right? Friday nights. We fucking
Get stoned and watch The Simpsons?
essentially, right?
Yeah.
But
I don't.
when Snack Crate comes, we have our Snack Crate.
Wait. What's Snack Crate?
Snack Crate is
something they market to stoners.
it's an online service that sends you a crate of treats and shit from around the world. And you get a
Straight
different-
up, I thought I just learned a new name for pussy.
I don't know what the game is, but I want to know.
I was like,
know
I'm
what?
gonna use this.
You should.
Like, let's-
It works. Fuck. But they send you a
let me
box.
unpack that snack crate.
They send you a box of like snacks from around the world from different countries.
This is getting worse.
And how you know like what country it is
the language on the wrapper?
on the outside they'll be like hola Mikey Fahey and then your address. Well, this one said bonjour Mikey Fahey, so I was like, oh fuck, I got French shit. Maybe Belgium. Fucking Canada.
French Canadian.
I was like, fuck you. I was so fucking mad.
It should have said, I'm sorry, Mikey Fahey.
Dude, all I got was a fucking little bag of all dressed chips, which don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of all dressed. They're delicious.
100%.
A bag of ketchup Doritos,
What?
a fucking crushed cream soda, which tastes like fucking Big Red, by the way. That's what fucking triggered this whole thing. And then a bunch of like sweets. And don't get me wrong, wasn't bad snacks. They weren't great, but they were like shit that you see here. You know what I mean? And I was
you know
just like,
why?
I feel like, fuck
'Cause
you.
it's Canada.
Because
Yeah.
Canada is the fucking Pepsi One of the U.S. It's not
Fucking
even
A,
Diet
dude.
Coke. It's
Yeah.
the Pepsi One of the
Right?
U.S.
Fuck,
Like,
man. I was so goddamn irritated. I was like, fuck, maybe it's France. Might be Belgium. You know, a lot of Belgium fucking speak, you know.
The southern part of Belgium.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Could have
I
also
might
been
get some
could have also been
Africa.
Horn of Africa.
fucking.
You're
not wrong.
You shake the box, you're like, oh, this is really light. Oh.
It's like rice. Somalia. Ow.
What, a
Spiced.
diamond, couple blood drops.
Spiced crickets.
Right? You know, but like, honestly, you know what the best one I've gotten so far, in my opinion, was? Hong Kong's. It's fucking awesome. It was like just good fucking snacks. They were like different. They weren't like gross ones. There was no like fucking
It
animals.
wasn't
So
like
do you get to
scorpions
pick
on a
it?
stick and
Right,
shit.
no, that
Do you
shit.
get to pick what country it comes from?
Nah,
You can, but where's the fucking fun in that?
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean? So you can pick salty, sweet, or a mix.
Okay.
And then you can get one with a drink or without. I get the drink, salty, sweet mix.
Okay.
So I want to fucking
So
be
do you
surprised.
get one and Haley gets one? Or do you get one and
No,
share?
we just get one. There's a lot of shit that comes in them.
Okay.
Like there's like fucking 4 candy bars and like
Starting
snacks and shit in
at
there.
$10 a month.
I'm telling you,
Fucking Snack Crate, give us money.
fucking A, dude. Like, fucking,
That's the kind of sponsor we need for this show.
fuck yeah, dude. And like, don't get me
No,
wrong.
we
like,
don't. I'm trying to lose weight.
I fucking love it though. It's a good time. Just like sit there with the old lady, watch a movie, and fucking hey, let's eat some weird shit from around the world, right?
Yeah.
Like it's fun.
We need a sponsor like Snack Crate. That seems like more our speed.
Fucking A.
Like,
Traeger, fuck you.
yeah, fuck off. Dude, did I tell you I ran into the fucking Traeger sales guy and was trying to convince him to fucking sponsor the show?
No, but fuck him for
How'd
not.
that go?
He was like, actually, we're not in a position where we require ad content beyond major channels. And I was like, you literally just said we're too fucking big to worry about you.
We're on Spotify. That's a major channel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking, I don't want a ghost bed sponsorship. Where the fuck is Snack Crate? Like,
You wanna know what? I'm gonna reach out. Fuck it.
fucking do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Fucking send the show. Look, we talked about you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we said it was fucking delicious most of the time.
I'm a big fan.
So you sent me a box of
Until you
fucking.
sent me Canadian shit.
Yeah. You didn't even send me surrender. You sent me Canadian surrender.
Right?
That's
like
fucking.
fuck, man.
I feel like Canada is like Bud Ice. For a very short period of time, people thought it was cool. And then it just kind of disappeared and everyone forgot about it.
More like Natty Ice.
No, because people still do that.
Yeah.
You don't hear it a lot because
Canada-
you don't run in the same circles as people that drink Natty Ice.
Canada's
Which one do you get? The
like
10,
Zima.
22, or $44?
Whatever happened to Zima?
No, but Zima came back and people thought it was cool again.
It wasn't cool the first time.
It's perception.
Oh, gotcha.
It's like
I think
Canada.
I go with the original.
Do you remember Ball's energy drink?
with the drink. They still make that shit.
Do they really?
That fucking Oscar gave me one the other
Is
day
it
at
still
work.
in the blue
Yes.
glass bottle?
Yep.
The ribbed glass bottle? Because
Yeah.
apparently it was going to get you so jacked you needed traction to hold onto it.
Right? Like they still make it. I had one the other day. It's just a soda though.
When,
Oh,
we
it's
were,
not the Ball's energy anymore?
It's not. It says Balls Energy. It just tastes like a soda.
when we were in Nicaragua, they had this energy drink called Raptor
Oh, yeah. At our factory.
at our
That was
factory.
just cocaine.
No, it was a monster in a fucking Pepsi bottle.
Really?
That's what it,
It was a little different than Monster.
not much.
I figured it was just a cocaine drink.
Well, that's
had that
what
one.
energy drink? We got Red Bull. I'm like, no,
Yeah, I
I'm
had
good.
that.
They're like, we
That
have
was
Raptor.
good.
I'm like, what's that? Like, oh, it's Nicaraguan. I'm like, I'm in.
I'm in.
Scott's like, give me two.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because they're over there Snack Crate
Yeah,
shopping.
we are.
Visit warfightertobacco.com and use that code FTFO.
God damn right.
Score yourself 15% off your order over there.
Sweet 15%.
There you go. Our friends over at owellness.us. If you use that code FreedomFriends over there, you score a quarter off your order. And also, if you order anything, leave a little note in there saying you love them.
Yeah.
They're good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check in on Johnson & Sons hay grinding too.
Yeah.
Give Mike a call.
Give him a little call.
Give him a call.
at,
It's 402-276-1111. Tell him just tell him
tell him
hi.
hi.
Just tell
Tell
him
him
hi.
hi. How you doing?
Hope he has a good day.
Yeah.
Other than that, tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Tell your mom's friends.
First of all, I'm gonna raise my glass.
Oh,
gotta say thanks.
We'll do that. Well, you guys were busy. I didn't
We
want to
were.
fucking interrupt.
Well, I'm back. Sorry.
And thank you for being my Freedom Friends, boys.
Yeah.
Mikey had me at Snack Crate.
And thank you for all of you out there for listening to this mediocre bullshit. Fucking, this is getting out of control. Some little words to live by.
3 little pieces of advice. Nothing
Yeah.
hardcore.
Johnny Boy,
Smoke on.
Scotty,
Drink on.
and goddamn it, boys.
Freedom to fuck on.
All right, we're gonna go snack.
Yay.
Want some crates? It's like a fat chick's pussy.
Yeah, somebody. We're looking for damn pictures of snack crates. That's what.
No. False.